Welcome to Crilo Architects here in Palazzo Widmann at Biennale at Off event. Few questions for few answers. Who are you? Your name, your age, your nationality. Where do you live? Why did you choose that city?
Okay. We are Cristian and Lorena, and we work in Rome for many years. We have studied also in Rome at university, and we have formed Crilo, a studio, in 2010. And we work around multidisciplinarity and design, graphics, and mainly in architecture. I know I met Lorena from many years ago, from 15 years ago. It's a long story.
How old are you?
31, so it's a half past life. Exactly when we was 15 years old.
Okay.
That's a lot.
It's a long time.
Exactly. And we are partner in life and also work. And that's
So what's the link in architecture between you?
I think probably that architecture is something to relate with other disciplines, so design, so graphics, and we work on a series of complex issues in this discipline. So the crossover, the multidisciplinarity, the cross-platform is our focus, is our purpose.
There is a main work for you that for you is the best, that is you're proud.
Yes, for sure the research and the speculative works, because are the real works in which you can consider your approach, your language, your lexicon, and as a simulation in which you can develop your design process. So the most important are, for example, the project that we are following that are named Stain and Nanity. The name are curious because are always taken by, for example, from Latin, from astrology. Nanity is a particular mountain in Marsland, for example. Labes is related to the term labes, that in Latin is something that explains the different layer and level in altitude, in height. And it's curious for the name. Now Stain and Nanity are a project research in which we consider our thematic as the thematic of infiltration. Infiltration is something that we called to explain that something of new, as innovation, as new form, as new shape, is inside an existing building, or a building inside a part of the city, or a city inside a part of a larger territorial aspect. And there is the research and the speculation our deal in this moment.
Have you ever experienced architecture also abroad? Have you ever lived before abroad from Italy?
No, not directly, but with abroad customers or as sub-consultant in technologies, as specialist working on a network, yes, but not directly. Not moving in another country, but from Rome and from Italy, yes.
How do you find work? How do you find job? Public competitions, private customers, public customers. What's the way you prefer? And where you find more job?
I don't know. I think that probably is public, because.
Do they pay you?
No, no. But in public there is this aspect that you are totally free, because the public is something that gives you the liberty, the freedom to experiment. In private you have the client in an intimate way, so it's more complicated.
There is any suggestion that you can give to another young architect?
Yes, I think that one important thing is the courage. So we see many refined minimalistic approach in project in design development, but less of courage to experiment, to create some innovation in a certain way, to perform new media, new discipline, as the crossover that I said, mixing and fusing together all the aspects of the main architect work.
So I ask you, I make you the last question that would be, what will be architecture after the star system from your point of view?
Star system is an unfortunate word, I think. Fortunate for the media and for other aspects, but for the architect, yes, exactly, because it's a parallel way in which you can see the high-level research as star system, and then the daily architecture in which the quality is absent. And I think that in the work and our work, for example, we consider the daily buildings as precious, and the consciousness that all the buildings are precious for the city, for the strategy of the city, and the star system is something that, like a brand, is called to rename, to increase, to develop some news, some topical aspect in the city, and it's not always good. On the contrary, in the daily research, you can experiment from the fundamental, to relate to this biennial, the topics of the architect and in the daily common ground.
Okay. Thank you very much to Crilo Architects from Palazzo Widmann. See you all around here in Biennale.
Okay, bye bye. Thank you.